Hello family, Sonya here, bringing you a little more soul sense to expand your consciousness and your life. I want to send all the love and light in the world to you guys, and I want to talk about an awesome topic today that's going to be about, yes, personal development and what that means and how to achieve that. So here we go. Personal development basically is connecting to that aspect or those aspects of yourself that you would consider being a part of yourself. So the mental, physical, emotional, spiritual, energetic, the conscious mind, the subconscious mind, the superconscious mind. We also have an inner child, and this part is kind of connected to all of it. So I want to touch base on this because I want you guys to know how important it is to connect to that part of yourself, that aspect of yourself, because that aspect of yourself is the part of you that has assisted you or is also a part of who you are today. And many of us, we know like the traditional, well, when I was a kid, this and this happened to me, and a lot of people don't realize that that affects them still today, and those can become a part of our shadow self. And like I said, we have different aspects of ourselves, and it's really important right now at this stage of our evolution where we are at as a collective energy, raising our consciousness. So I want to explain a bit about that for those who for you guys that are not sure what that means. So basically we are going through a transformation at this point in life. That's a pivotal point that came around the time of 2012, where the consciousness of humanity was raising. And how that was raising is that we were being given information that expand our knowledge about who we are beyond the physical, beyond this beautiful shell that we call our bodies. And we were through universal energy and other beings becoming conscious have been educating us on being a multidimensional being and having different aspects of ourselves. And that's the last video I made was touching base about this. So going back to doing the personal development, is important to get in touch with these parts of yourself, because this is where you're really going to be able to get a chance to dig deep on who you are and why you are the way you are. Why do you act the way that you do? Why do you think the way that you do? Why do you feel the way that you do? Why do you internalize life and experience things at a level like this in life of your experiences, right? So it's really important to start understanding that part of yourself so you can start getting more of clarity and alignment on what things you need to work on and how, as far as personal development goes. Of course, I always say this, and I'm going to repeat it. It starts with having a healthy mind and body. So the first place that you should start, as far as when you start going through that self-development stage, is make sure that you're taking care of your body. Your spirit, your energetic body, and every aspect of yourself resides within this vessel. So eating healthy, exercising, eating a plant-based diet is what I recommend. Making sure you're taking your vitamins and your minerals. I consistently talk about this because taking care of the body is important. It's very important to start detoxifying your body. That's why a clean diet is very important. The things that you're putting into your body, onto your body, all those things affect. So it's very important that you are conscious of that and that you are taking the steps to better that part of yourself. Once the vessel starts coming into alignment, then everything kind of falls in place after that. Because if your body is vibrating very high, which I want to help you guys understand, again, I'll explain, everything in the universe is energy. Everything that you see and you don't see. So in retrospect, everything is energy, and energy vibrates and has a frequency. So once your body is like resonating on a level where it's vibrating higher, then everything naturally falls in place, in a sense of now you've gotten your body ready. Now the mental body can start falling into place of making space for that. When you start honoring yourself, your body, your mind, and your spirit, then things start falling into place. Then information starts coming to you as far as how to be in that space of personal development. Then you start going from the body to the mental to the spiritual. So it all kind of falls in place. So the personal development starts with the body, then you work on the mind. The mind is a space where it's very important to detox the mind. It's a process of detoxing the whole system, so the mind, the body, and the spirit, to do the personal development, inner child work. And when you can get to that step of now kind of reprogramming and going back into the experiences that you have had in the past that make you feel like they kind of make you a part of who you are today, it's important that we dig deep and really connect with the person that we were when we were a child, because at that point we were the most innocent and we were in the developmental stage of understanding and connecting, and we were at the most connected to our universal self at that point, our source self, our prime creator self, our godly self, our divine self, our non-physical self, that energetic body that gives this body life. We were mostly connected to that. So through the self-development, through connecting to the inner child, you can start doing that. It's called shadow work also, and it's basically connecting to those parts that are not only just the light, are also the dark aspects of yourself. It's kind of all connected. So I'll make more videos on explaining like more details about what that is, but we're taking the general foundation of it and giving a bit of an explanation here in this video. So the personal development starts at mind, body, and spirit, right? So now that we're working on the body, now we're going into the mind. You have to completely unprogram yourself of things that you believe that impacted you in your life in a negative way ever since you were a kid, because people don't even realize the dynamic of that affects you in your everyday life. You know, your relationships, your beliefs and thoughts and experiences that that you believe about yourself, and it affects people around you, your work, everything. It affects everything, and a lot of people don't realize that. So it's important that you guys step back and take the time to do that and really connect with that part of yourselves, and connecting with any experiences that you might feel that affected you. So say, I remember when I was, 8 years old, I was going to school and I got bullied by this person, and this person said this to me or did this to me, and it was really cruel, and I remember that moment and it kind of stuck with me. And people don't realize that, we think we get over these things, but in a sense, if we don't acknowledge them and really be like, okay, this version of yourself, my recommendation to do that shadow work, that to heal that part of you, is kind of sit in a meditated state and get into a space where you kind of split yourself and you see two versions of yourself. So one sitting right in front of you, and get into a space of wanting to connect with that side of you, that inner child, and picture that part of you as a child sitting in front of you, and have a conversation and tell yourself, hey, I remember this when this happened and this happened. Have the inner child speak to you as if you were, its mentor or its mother or its father, someone who can bring some relief or forgiveness and healing to that aspect of yourself. So you basically get into that state and have a conversation and say, hey, this happened to me, and I understand, I sympathize, and I love you, and I'm ready to move on. Let's release this and move on. So that is like a really simplistic, basic way of how to do that. There's a lot of detail to it. There's a lot of aspects that go with that, but it's the most simplest way to be able to connect to that part of yourself to do that work. Now you can do this with every aspect of your life. You can talk to different parts of self, also different parts of self in a sense of like different body parts. You know, everything is consciousness. Everything, your heart, your mind, you know, your legs, your eyes, your head, everything, your face, everything is consciousness. And when you sit down and you take a moment to really understand that, then you are conscious of your whole aspect. And this is a part of the personal development that I'm talking about. It's very important to honor every part of yourself. So if it's, you know, something like, you know, something that you want to heal from, or say, you know, you're going through some stressful situation and it manifests in your body as in like back pain or headaches or like stressed, you know, shoulders, or, you know, all of us get different symptoms of manifestation of whatever it is that we're going through. So you can connect to that part of yourself through, you know, a meditation session of doing that inner work. This is some of the things that I teach, and you know, we can definitely talk about doing sessions if that's what you guys like. It just puts a different perspective in the picture and helps you with that healing. But as far as once getting to an understanding that you are multidimensional and there's different aspects of yourself, now you've taken the step to the next level of honoring yourself and saying, hey, there's different aspects of myself that I need to attend to so I can get into this personal development. I, you know, want to stress that it's very important. You know, like I said, everything in the world and in existence, what you see and you don't see, is energy. This is proven. Quantum physics. You guys can research this stuff. Everything in existence is energy. So because it holds a vibration, we affect each other on a collective energy. That means our consciousness as humanity, as a collective, kind of goes out into the universe, like the Matrix, like in the movie The Matrix. That is very real, guys. You know, they broke it down very well in that movie. If you haven't seen it, I recommend watching it. But our energy, is all connected. We are all one. We come from the same source. It's an energetic field, and the universe expresses itself and manifests itself as in everything that you see and you don't see. So because of this, it's important that you guys do the self-development and the personal development, because you're not just affecting yourself. Your aspects of yourself affect self and affect the people around you and affect the collective humanity. And I know for a fact that everybody, at least that I have connected with and that have gotten a chance to see through just connecting with people too on the internet and all the amazing, you know, opportunities we have through our technology, is that everybody pretty much wants the same things. You know, anyone who's living a conscious life and that has any kind of love in their heart wants to be happy and wants to see their families happy and want to see a better world manifest into this life. And you know, we want change, and everything from ourselves to, you know, the connectedness, whatever that might manifest in, you know. And the only way to really do that is to do the self-development, the personal development, to raise your frequency, your vibration, so that we can, as a collective energy, affect each other and the world. Our energy affects not just us, it's everything, guys, everything. This planet is completely connected, including this beautiful Earth, Mother Gaia. We are connected to her. We are connected to the cosmos. We are connected to everything. So the simplest thing from you know, people littering, you know, and people being mean to each other, or whatever the example might be, you know, or that we would consider something negative, that affects every single person. That just doesn't affect you. Everything that you have ever done, said, felt, and experienced is still out there. Is still out there in a collective and in that energetic field, and that affects everything and everyone, and especially the earth. When we do something drastic like this, you know, like the whole pipeline that's going on, how the Native Americans are fighting for us to not, you know, for them, let's say, not to build, you know, some more things on the land, is a part of how, for example, how we affect each other on the collective. Things that go on in other countries, things that that go on here, where we're from the U.S., right? We're not separate from any of these experiences. So from the most complicated scenarios to the simplest things, you just being healthy, thinking healthy, feeling healthy, eating healthy, these things affect you and everything around you. You guys need to start waking up to this, because if we want the world to change, we have to change individually first. The only way to change the world is by changing yourself. And I believe in being the change that I want to see in the world. So that is the only way that we're all going to be able to wake up on a collective. And the personal development is the first place that we got to start, guys. We can't separate ourselves from that. And dig deep, do the work. And like I said, if you guys need assistance, I'm here. It's not that hard, guys. Yes, you're going to go through experiencing some stuff of bringing information up and the experiences, and you're going to have to work through that stuff. But it's going to benefit you. It's going to heal you. It's going to affect your relationships with yourself, with your family, with your partners, with your pets, with the world, your job. I know you guys want to be happy, live in your path. Because if we're not in a space where we're taking care of ourselves, we're not going to be able to take care of anyone else. And we're definitely not going to live fulfilling lives. We're going to be stuck like in a rat race, not, trying to figure out how to get out of this cage. And, we're all going through that. And the only way to really figure that out is do the self-development to clear the mind and the body and the spirit, so we can get to that space of oneness and understand that everything that you've ever wanted is already there. Everything that you want is looking for you. You just have to catch up to that. And the only way to receive that energy is to make sure that you are living an embodiment of that. That's it. And it's a beautiful journey. I've been doing this personal development for about 12 years now. And I've, between, like I said, eating healthy, exercising, doing a lot of personal development. I'm an information junkie. Like, it's every day, all day long. I watch a lot of YouTube videos. I follow a lot of people. I got a lot of teachers. I read. I do a lot of reprogramming. I do a lot of shadow work. I do a lot of work on myself. The personal development, it's very important, because I want to add to the collective of this shift and raising the consciousness of humanity. And this is where it starts, guys. Self-love. I've made several videos about self-love. Loving yourself is so important, because if you love yourself, then you can get to a space of understanding why it's so important to do this. You cannot love anyone else entirely, and then be in that space and expect anyone else to truly give that back. You have to resonate what it is that you want from anyone else. You have to embody that. If you want a good relationship with your parents, if it's not that great, then you need to be that person that would embody being a great son or daughter, or whatever it might be. If you want a better relationship with whomever, you have to love yourself, because everything is energy, everything is frequency. So wherever you're at, no matter what space you're in, that's what you're going to call to you. It's a universal law. It's the law of attraction. And I'm going to make videos about this, teach you guys about the universal laws. And this is the stuff that I teach as a life coach, and it's very important, because it teaches us about more aspects of ourselves and how the universal laws govern our reality, and how we can work with them to expand and grow. And if you're in a space of not even loving yourself, then it's going to be really hard to do any of that self-development. A lot of people are so stuck in, just negative relationships with themselves, but then they don't realize they're attracting that from other people around them. So it's very important that you guys get to that space. I'm always here. Love you guys. Here, always in service. Thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting me. I'm on this journey along with you guys. My heart is in, here to truly, I love humanity, and I I really want to assist in this way by doing the shadow work myself and doing that self-development, because I want to embody what it is that I'm teaching to the world. I've been through a lot of crazy things in my life, and it's inspired me to become who I am. And I'll make videos about that and share my journey with you guys, and the personal things that I went through a lot of abuse in my life, but it's inspired me to become who I am, and has given me the strength and the power to rise above and become this amazing woman and spirit, and become connected and know who I really am. And I know that I'm here to assist to raise the consciousness of humanity, and I'm going to do that however I can. It's going to manifest in many different ways, I'm sure, throughout my life. And right now it's manifesting through my YouTube channel and my podcast, and all the other ways that I'm expressing myself. And finding that self-love through myself had me really gone to a space of healing, and I've tapped into my creative self, and I'm able to be in that space of my path of what I'm truly doing, and wanted to do in my life. I've never felt more fulfilled or felt like I was following my bliss, as being in a state of passion, of expressing myself. And this is it. I'm doing it right now, guys, and I want you guys to know what this feels like. As much as I got going on, I take the time. I make the time to make these videos and do the work that I do, because that self-love, and I want to express that to the world, and you guys can be in that space too. So again, I'm always here in service. If you guys like these videos, please subscribe to my YouTube. All of my videos are available on YouTube. Subscribe, share, leave me messages, contact me. You guys can contact me on Facebook. I will leave all my information so you can contact me. Once again, love and light. Love you guys so much. Peace. Make sure you're doing that inner work, and I promise you'll see some miracles happen. See you soon.